kwija myano wanje bere kwija ahashitamana nyamwiza izarira katanonkeri kushesha rero katwegika nyowe ni nyeta Barbara Nyamwiza omwanya ogu lubani kushemero tosha na mnongi izarira katano iri kwandi kuretera umjeni Isabel kwareta Naahwera ogu numanyanka Sunset Traveler twenda kumanya ebye akatandisira hina bikorata icyo kumuretera amani no mujinya niki n'ibindi byone mukwitse mwene korora hangari shehi myano mu kwato mwabe program ita Isabel kwatanda Naahwera nakushemero
nyina akira
okurutse emyaka nebiro bukuru
niyo bukurike
nandi uninyebuza harga honto bumushogo nkamuheruka ari ariko mbugana butono yo kabo inobo rukubwishka tindu kuteka uno nabwishka
nemyaka eje niyo bakweta bukuru kokura ohamara ku planninga
ebindi biye
tuje twerebe rero muze murgecho
mugumamureba ndaho mureba ndaho hatazire cyabakaka konka nakushemera
nyina akira
yabare kubaye
ndiyo
yabare kumuruki hangeri mbayo yabare kumuruki hangeri nyumwe nanza rukumanya ninza no kutunga kanonsiro to turo bizo ryo mahango uko no genda
eka nimba niyo mwihanga konka kampare kandemo kajirekera abaye
poko jirotiyo kwaro kumbwenda katindebe nesho twatsi kwasisinjiro umushitogo
echo chikura kuchare nkande kabare isingiro nyizire kuri yo mwaka
nakura mwene katandiki abatari kumanya abatari kushankanyo kumanya ho kace bamanye niwo nyowe
ende
Naahwera nazarwahi no mwana wakangahi abazere bakora ki
ngene nyowe ni zarwa kashari konka tukakurira mbara
kashari ngahi
kashare rugara nico cyaro rugara ya kabiri kashare no murika apana rugara ya kabiri nyabsirira
aha ati cyo nanyenda kuwajamba ndatsmanya
rugara ya kabiri nyabsirira then kashare
numurga hamwe na Reverend Joy Ataro nakuru mbwene uko niyo wanyu
uko
niyo abazere
niyo bakorwa konka tiyo bazarirwe nabo shwenkuru witu akarga chizo bigara
bagenda bafurukira kashari
kubabire bazire dadi bafurukira kashari so ito tukabashanga kashari konka abanyabuzare bitu akafu
mwena zicirwoko
akonka zicirwe kashari nanyakwengo nuwe yabire yaturuza yayanga kugenda
nawe nkarebijo
konka ijo tukamutwara umurutoki so mwenu hatiya hari abantu of course abakurireyo konka abazeyi tabachiriye konka of course dada yakai neyo projects akombeka yose ntuzayo kashara umwe no witu niyo bakutuzika niyo witu n'umucamo
hati ukazarwa
nyonga zarwa
mbara mwiwa romo okay wazarwa ryo umwana wakanga imurubanga hi oryo mujwijo
ryo wakabiri
abana bangaye
turi abana batanu
okay abishiti banga
abishiki turubana
umuzo n'umwe
no
bambe okay abazire bakora ki
abazire banje tata Reverend konka tukuzarwa akaba ta Reverend akijasha mahanda hache
bantu mwiso nandaruko
arabo kuba barache ngo kunaga ngo mara Reverend tananya bakachintasya tenachangira konka tukakura turyo tukakura mukejunorwe munonga tata kabayine chetengo cyo gukora nekanisa kandi akatanga gukora nekanisa kare akabanya ndo kuzarwa akanakora nekanisa kariyo mburizi wa Rutoma ahuyizire recently akabayo nga kidikoni
nakuri
so bwirobwe nyondo kuzarwa kariyo mburizi wa Rutoma nemwe tingu byetegereza je konka kija yakora home diocese diocese akar auditor wa diocese then aho nto yagire okushoma obwahore then akatumwa yagira okushoma akatumwa akabanza orsensi
niho namanyi
niho wamanyiri
nayo niho nakumanya
actually nanye niho wamanyiri
yes
so yargaho orsensi akabanza katebe
okay atemboze
yaza
akatebe nayo
orsensi yaza
katujube haru
ebharwe then no sharga bharwa rukuza artom yes so hati ari sinjiro so hati abantu mwene bakira kumbuza kunga shiwe kandi sinjiro etash wanyisegereza
mwene nukobiri
kunga ijo ngaragambira abantu ngwitwa abana babahure twine big challenge and I think it affects you even in future because tokurra hamwe
nambanjeni
ko kuza ahantu aho kutumwa niho kuza kandi hatito kuchukuza abana omwe kibaye bit more challenging because noine kuza omwanya ogwe hato kamanya abantu hato kanywana nino kiba wanywana mufuruka hato mukifuruka baro basiga kuriya akoba hati ozahando za kutembura so ocho wahamya
nakuru
so oshango ryo muri cyecho no orga mucyaro nozo mukindi so hata umwe abantu mbabuza ngashoka tonti jangu norga kashari hatko munogira ngo ogire kureba abazire bawe isingiro kandi nka so ishangano yoshobora burusha nyowe cyare cyanje actually ninjiragambira abantu ecyare cyanje naho abazire bo gukora at that time baba jangu babareta Kampala
abo kuba bo tubine kire ko kuzaza umutiro chikuru ngwaze
kashate chiro chikuru nabana bakora
kashare nibagitaye irobundo bwire abo kuba bwire go chiro chikuru baba ryo
bakora go chiro chikuru nabana bakora
when watandikira hisomero
na tandikira Mbara Junior
tomwe niwo bwozarwa mukani mutura he
Rubindi
bakani bakora Rubindi shi
mama akaba ine duka Rubindi
ego bambe
adukejo actually ninjira in our younger days nishani yo yatuwori
ego bana
twabanzo ko omo bakariyo there's a school called preparatory preparatory so to reverenda dad kuyagire Mbara akana korra Mbara by the way am I forgetting okay so akaba naija niyo nishika akaba ija every Friday during the week akaba batarma so akabaisha every Friday arokora Mbara umurharo
imomukana mama
kuyahereze yija yatutwara yabanza yatwara aho babi yatwara aho nyowe na mukuru wanje twaza Mbara hatutwatura nawe Mbara hatutwaza omchimaramu akana panisa omchimaramu
okay so hato bwishomero wartandikire
ato bwishomero nartandikire actually nkaza Mbara ndukuzo mu P3
okay so katandikira P3 wajishomera hi
P3 Mbara Junior
ubu wamare chamshanju
na mare chamshanju
okay kuwaheze chamshanju
kuna heze chamshanju na za Mary Hill High School
banzorinde Mbara Junior ubu dadwa uyagumana
korambara
ukusia ono
so hatkubahereze yes hatkubahereze nankoko tukamarayo nko mwaka nka aha kuriya omukimaramu twargayo twaza omurharo mwatungenjo mbureberezo so hatakutwagira omurharo hatakutwagira omurharo akabwa katakabire reverenda akanakora so twaza omurharo kutwagira omurharo abandi bachangayo hata abandi abana bija so hate aho mama yagire duka omukiyanja
mwenu mwakorromo okay
so hatwatura
mwaturomo washomana utaha kuba no mwirembo nabandi nuko
echamshanju chahwa unga chamshanju chukwa tata yayombeka kamukuzi so echamshanju chukwa
mwafuru
twargo murharo twaza kamukuzi akuba ningishuka tukurga kamukuzi tukuza Mbara Junior tukagaruka omuka nyowe hatukunaize naheza naza Maryhill.
Maryhill washomerayo emyaka engahe?
6.
Ohamize? Wow, washomerayo siniya yokubanza mpaka omusiniya ya kana wagumizamu ekigyendere washo?
Ningira obugara bukatandika kare ninjanga ntakwenda but also Maryhill is a very good school. Nishomero rirungi munonga. Ndukuzayo of course obwire obwo kikashirya ekiroto akuba mukuru wanje akabagire. So yasettinga standard omukaba tata katugira ati mwa mutashomere ati numuzo mashomera agandi atabo obwenje nibazangaye nibaza Maryhill nashoma
wabishango Maryhill kana bakristo kuri mu kristayo kawargambara
Maryhill ne abakristo konka na n'abakristayo ne bakira kandi kabe nene ne kanisa y'abakristayo
ego bambi
buri Sunday tukatine chaplain witu nangwa yanyibizina konkankanye no byare nawe.
Okay,
so ishe no iba akabar ango wadad konkana akaryo mwahore akamwita Reverend Dan kuichiriza. So actually chaplain witu akamba mwita Reverend Mary kuichiriza na bona bakabara ba Reverend
namwijuka Reverend kuichiriza.
So hati akana tushabisa ahwaho aha Maryhill High School na mwana wena abemperezo baraha bwanje kutwara omuka shopping list za visiting day manyechi manyashiriya no yabarabasya
bambi. When was Maryhill wachangota?
Maryhill kabetine enshonga. It was a bit strict.
Not a bit chigambe very
asa Maryhill kabetine strict konka no kugira ngo mbwene ikintu no bwo kubota kirumu.
Okay,
hati yabo kukirebera hari hano ati ninko kwakushanga umuntu akajitukongo umuntu kari so strict kanashanka hatabukire konko kamushanga nko muko oweye ari a bit loose ari aine nko buteka konka abantu mbachara ku building a guard especially bambenda ku protecting ekintu like a name or something. Konka Maryhill it was lenient a bit because ati nyoni nshika nko bwiro bunzayo tukujya kare ngito twawe tukize yamicho mirungi but of course no mahati nkemcho ya secondary no kushanga ngo mwenu wabyama tuwe mukakuzo prep niye jemcho ya secondary it was never serious kungwito munchi hapana emcho ya secondary ngubaza kwimusiya ba ninga bateretse dotakira prep anangeja ha parade those were the things kunkato kwa boshanga ngo even in those cases omwe bayeta nkomuzire bagamba nawe konka bakusasara ningo omwe bakoretse na nakiriya obwira bunamazire Maryhill mwenu ngandi yo scripture union so tinda har kire munonga kugira ngo ndebe byo nagoma ndiyoko so nkamanya rahanganda kandi yo mwana obwira bunamazire Maryhill ngandi yo scripture union so nkantine I was a scout and girl guide twice to graduating at our scouts at some point because beturi they were only scouts abantare nabambara high school so kutwabetuza camping bajang tuze camping na scouts ninyikizo barumwe one of the camping sessions twabetwine turagire yo nabo tukakampingira umwishomero monda akabakagira ngo the only people that were camping were scouts bakabari abasigazi bonga finisho mari yabersinchira bishiki ku camping. So batujangu tugende hariyo misho ga horo tuteke camp yitu tutechere ibyo kuriya we experience camp life but within the school instead of going out.
When was Maryhill yawe myaka
mukaga ya
was from HSC?
I did head arts. I did history, economics, divinity and fine arts. I used to love fine arts.
It's evidence. I'll get to that later.
I did very well actually. I think I had 19 points. And initially nkanyine chitengo cyo kubaroya. And my points could actually
have
taken me to law school, but also on private sponsorship. Obumari shomero
HSC.
Obumara HSC. Buri omo mukaka banashoma.
isente zaba
nobu yakuba daddy akaba nashoma twena tukaba actually twena mama wenka niwe yabe natushashura.
It was tough, right?
So ahari habishabo kuba baryokwe mbagira nyowe ngo niza kuba ndi yaho nyishange I'm taking care of the home. We have turebera abazire bitu nkitwa abakuzire tureba abazire bitu bokukora bokwatanisa bokukora kumwe tubarebere nibakora tubarebere nibakwatanisa tubarebere nibakora kumwe. So mwe bintu no bireba oreba bishinagira nyowe I think abasa kuzo relationship okushanga ni contributing ekintu ninga ni shashuro mshija ninga ni shashura rent omureba ujo tumwe shati yakumurasyeyo urebere kumurishe kashimanya bikangambere nabo mwe babarjiro mu buteka nkogwe konka echebajuba no bworo no bugomba akuba ko kugira nkahi wahika wagira nkechi wareba
kibyo simyamisho obyeyiha kandi mweno heza senior ya mukaga ro school ro kujetenga ro school tindishikirwa utwara chiha
business administration
ozahi
mara
ukashambara university sinayeberwa obwambara municipal tananayebwa
wawayebwa kandi atokujika nkazaho municipal kora internship ya vacation back ya senior 6
nubona kuri
tabe siwa mu computer library ya municipal. So it was a bit tough for me at that time kugambira obwongo bwanje that this is what you have to do now. This is what you have to do and get into it.
Right.
Was akushomera. Nyijuka think manya bina benisho mana bambijuka konka nkamara nka almost nkokwezi. Ndukta home class nkashitama nkashora. Ndagamba na muntu. Omuntu achikora musi omugaruka mukonka I would not step out of my way kugira ngo mukore nk'abanywani ninga nije nabona
utine mwete
nije nabona waho mnyano wanje actually yankunda sishomero twashoma kumwe nije nazo mu dean of students office nakora mu internship mu office ya dean of students. So must najikwata nsantyo
before you know emyaka eshatu
ngani ndaromuka
ekanda tabare yari yo mu irembo no tuganda
no mwe tata kanshendechereza konga wazana n'evening course
okoshometsuro.
So when I was there I realized we started out something where like an event organizing committee. I wouldn't want to call it a company because it wasn't registered per se, but we started organizing dinners for my university alumni abantu abashomire. So twatandika ku organizing and we would go to people's offices and companies to market and look for sponsorships mwenu ba sponsoring ekintu kitu. That's how I picked on and fell in love with marketing.
Okay.
Because it was through ejo mobilization ejo kugamba n'abantu twatandika gukora na interviews tukatwine magazine yitwa ha university yitwa Ventura Bface tukaturonda abantu bo gukora interviews tubateka mu magazine abachivinjire ibintu aho muri mbaraho abantu abakozere ibintu byabo businessmen abantu ba government tubatekamo. So somehow I was very active. Nkabandi very active at university.
Right.
Because I remember even na mwaka gwa mheru nkabandi chairperson wa institute ya management science.
Okay.
Yamba university.
That's nice.
Na zone politics ezo. Yeah, I served my term. Ubwire bwahwa na Rugambara University.
Wazahi.
Kampa.
Otash.
Kunachi.
Watanditshe.
Kunarjira university najira ntinyowe. Baraka kanajijira
kanajharuka kayampa
akuba hato mwe ko kuba ori nkomwana w'omwahore nubwo kubutine cyokozere by the way. Of course no as a child as umwana urumuna akora very inquisitive because tini umuntu ari very dull I am
Open-minded.
very open-minded kandi ndi omuntu arikukunda kwega. So ebimwe ninkubikora tulana ahamwe ninkuzayo to understand, to explore because I'm very inquisitive as a person. Tinkunda actually no mwe bakaba nyondo kukura umwe bakaba ntera ngwe mukare kutera konko mwe akabagira ngo oche akubanyowe nkandi omuntu wa hayi nekinte chinkwe naza kukibuza nkanta kumanya kunama
benda ngo
nana arwara buri umwe naza kushimanya ngo narwara akwira akabagira ngo Daphne kwa kurwara ngo mufaho konka izo bamwe tata baja tata go mwana no mureba we yarwara notekwa kuchumanya ngo yarwara imwe bamwe kumukurwara obunamo umwe buzabuza ngo ko jote nkiza kugenda we Daphne naza kurra naza kubeta naza kubagambara kuyashasha mbwenu numuza kumfaho by force because she's out there. So I have always been out there. So that exploring mind omwene kutomeza abantu omwe abantu bakubuza ataha bakureba okundi kandi omwe ko kubori nkamara ruvando omwe bakubuza hatishiwo kotari nkasho omwe ninjira ninja kubanka we konko bundo omwe ninjira mwe happy nuwewe is his own person, I am my own person. Watch it. So at the end of the day we are all living.
Hatu wargambara ngo tunje that sense of independence.
I wanted to have that sense of independence
and liberty.
But then I also wanted to spread out my wings.
Right.
Nikakambara
nyeni nyendo ntebezo tunargaha nargumka na parking ngumugiyanje natemba bas naza
kunishire kambara nazo wa munyano wanje tukaterze kumwe konka wakayabwina karma oko side za buziga haza nazo weyi twatandika kupangisa kumwenji twemwe by then hakaba hariho magazine y'abantu bayemba kora nka hana sa road so twatwija tuguma turonda abantu bokuzo mu generally marketing actually because tukaturonda companies zo ku advertising in that magazine nkamwe binabe ninkora nka university nyetire hwaho kwenda ngunjirenta ndonda hindatandikira so nija natahaho kuna atahire kuna bende barra banjira ngo bishi actually obworya aha bwacho takubori ahari igongo orukora nka internship because I was home nkandi yomuka for like 2 months ndikwena ngo ngarche Kampala so njira ntikare so nzayari igongo by then bantu arowa general manager wabo kamkama by then kamkama jati atkoina majezi mingi ati tsoke atuno basakoriya hatukora hezo bwire bwawe wanonda kugenda atogenda konga kuna bendu kwaho kamkama jatogo mwana ogo ataina majezi mingi atu ambre kora kagenda nzakora ki
fero
so bahambuza no basakora njira ntikonka no manya ntanakukoziri but I would prefer to be in Kampala konko bwengana aburize banze ngo bine office Kampala banja ngo ngo hati ngutu tune office Kampala it is okay ntwasakora ki kuta Kampala nuko kora nankeji
CV na application
yes bihona bakareba ndu qualified bakampereza murumu because nkabasho major in marketing ahamba university bampereza murumu ngo marketing ache so bandeta kun Kampala konko of course obwira buna maziremba was to familiarize with the product na manya nkandi yo for about 3 or 4 months 3 months or 4 na manya product najikunda because as a marketer, as any marketer, you must fall in love with what you're selling. Otherwise wabo takunzira echo kuguza mwenu
otaro no tuguzo
tine kora chiguzi. So I fell in love with what I was selling, and nkanye bakama banje bakabari abantu barungi munonga kandi orukureba the passion is coming from them. Akakuba ko kubo ino muntu arukwebebera no as a leader no following a leadership ye. So one oreba passion yo muntu yaine niwe nekuhereza nkahi the basis yo ahora atanchire kora kukunde cyo kora ki nakundi gongo bande sere Kampala nkani shtamaha aha budget ha Fountain House and offices I was in. As I may say, it was my first formal job go kora, and it was
murizo mshara mbarra mwichirizana wija
nija buri kimwe cyona
alawe no turana mwana wawe narwa
akuna garchire hina mwana wanje abe natura ha Salama Road hati nyokuza kuno Kampala n'abanyabzara binji nkanda bineyo konga mukuru wanje wakayizire kunu wakati okuyizire kunu akaba yizire kushwerwa no akashomera kuno of course konga twize kunyo kunagiye kuja Kampala akaba yashwirwe so hati nchimanyisa bakambatura hari wanyitegereza so nganye n'umwanya gwa kunyanguhira so nabaza naturona mnywani wanje aho Salama Road nkashomere nawo kurga master nawe konka kuna hereze orebo kushoma kugera kurete mukago konka kuna heze nargaye naza munyonyo actually konka kugira ngo umwanya wo nkana gumanyirire naje kurondenje naronda munyonyo nabaniyo natura so natura munyonyo ndukurga ndukorera nkaje ndukora mtown namara yo gwire by the way munyonyo so namara yo gwire because kurga nka 2016 nkargayo nugwendigireyo hati ya 2021 ndoko za change
hati igongo
so igongo
utnyona abasibura utash
I was very handy, not to blow my own trumpet, but I was really handy at igongo. I was involved in very many things. Kanu kuja nkani shtama na director wigongo, a very talented man. Akaba akana tekateka, and being near him I was almost the receiver of all the thoughts. So chikaba chinyanguhira to move because under his guidance and direction we had to do a lot of projects while I was here. We had to work with grants. Actually nyewe igongo nkabani shankari grants officer, the public relations, the marketing manager, that involves the image of the hotel, the sales of the hotel, almost everything. I was handling it. Of course I was working with a team ya birembara akamparanka nyine ho muntu umwe na warukora sales konka na waru ariyo mu operations za office, you know. So it was a very smooth time when I was at Igongo. Mwene injira na kujizire ngukantine bizo, because the things that were there, the challenges that were there that could have been there, work things. But everything aside, I had a very wonderful time at Igongo.
Kuburi yaho
na yegerayo chondi mweshate ndijo experience wake ndijo experience jinika
actually mwendo kakuru kuhunga
ngakuru, because I realized that I learned so much while I was in that place, na connecting n'abantu bingi munonga obunabire ndi mu space ejo. So chikanyamba munonga kuba kugrowing professionally, growing even individually, because of the people that I had to talk to, the teams that I had to work with, the exposure that I got was really huge. They would send me to meet tingumanya umuntu wundi akamitindira omwihangeri chana President Museveni ninja kuona, but I've met him as well actually now still nkamitindira igongo, though we haven't sat on a round table akwanye nebingi byokwenda kumugamba, but I have met almost everybody, but even then it was through the projects that I had to get involved in, that I had to run, to cut in exhibitions. I was always at the center of almost everything that was, going on at the time. Had COVID.
Yes. Oh yes.
COVID kuyatahire, most hospitality places closed.
Byanyangara.
Nezimwe bayira otisikie mukaga.
Byashanyara.
So kuba closing nareba ujishenganda kuza. It was even worse for us abayibar Kampala, because atitwe Kampala kuri omwoko ojuro tata abantu bija abantu mena kurya reka tuyigure soft opening nkebyo ungati kun Kampala it was an office, only an office this side. There was nothing going on. So I picked an interest of traveling. Najantivisho wundi akanye n'obwire bwanje kanye nakasente kanje kinkozera bwakinta kuzunga hatandikanyo kuna simbwire okono shoto bankombe bijere embwa yandagase ebijere
watandikira ki
mbwenu ndire kunatandikira kahi
ota abako mushozunzire naira no irarchaje I don't know na tata na irarchaje sometimes. I think ijagaraga kufinding out ngunga kora white water rafting. Atkonga no mangul feka kunuga. Eka kunuga. Somewhere nyobundi aho in feka nuga. Eka nuga. I don't think there's an activity. There are a few activities in Uganda yintaka kosiri. I have been to almost everywhere. I've been to all national parks. I've done zone. Ina bentaka kozere ni bungee jumping kungana yo ndije kuchikora recently. Iwe.
So
itwe kantumanya ngwebyo byetaga empihane.
Ngwenu nyore kamba gambere kandi hati yakaturya hakatwino mukatwine kamera de kamba gambere.
Tebeze.
Uganda is cheap to travel.
Wow.
It is the chabanya Uganda. Echo kwanza chabyona abira kushoma. We don't read.
Right.
Nemwe emyanya tukujimanya kandi twatwenda kugishanganga. Nabamwe emyanya bajimanyira social media. Wanyitegereza. Kandi haruna nabantu abinku buri kunkugira nkakanya kanateka bambuzo okuninka. Haruna nabantu abokunkuratira aha social media because nibenda bamanya emyanya. Because tubakushoma.
Mweni no byorobya.
Wanyitegereza. So nimba yamba, but you see hatu wano depending raho.
No gendera
you cannot tokafuna chenyini because hatu nanye niza kutera HSM yanje ariko basa gukora ki ecero kubasa kukwata kandi hinaza yo kandi kinakunda akabani basa kuza hantu ntera akashani kabare kunshemeza mbere kateka because me as a marketer and also nkanye I think on probably in Twitter and some other social media places no kungambira abantu I tell people my job is to make people fall in love with Uganda. Nugomurimo gwanje gunkora. Wanyitegereza. So I feel like naterection karecha yanga kubonera. Tinguza kugiranta. Tinguza kuchita.
Abakubona wabishisha.
Akabati niza ko banakoresha nabishisha. Because nyonka jarantereka abantu ba focusing on the challenges and the bad things that are going on in the country. It's okay. Because you cannot force people to kugambe chibatakwenda gamba. Konka nyowe I am going to talk about the good side of Uganda. Sometimes abantu nibakureba jangusha nangu iwe maybe you're benefiting, maybe the government is paying you, but you see nimani ngambira abantu kunkuba katuje nyo babra ndu munywano wawe ni yor munywano wanje konkuka shanga ngu nito twemanya abantu nibamangu turi abanywani konkuka shanga nyo kunkushohora ebibi ninye byawe ninyendo ni mbite bya heru ninga nimbagambira abantu aheru abantu mbatanka questioning your relationship wayintegereza kandi nyenje kare kubaraga ke bakareba ndi niwe tubakuza kumanya ngo tubakuza kutekateka ngo ndiyo munywani murungi wayintegereza kandi kindi on the other side nibikirize kinko bagambira kugira ngo bakurebere nanye turya abanywani
right
so nchemeye kuba ndi careful information yo kushohoza heru about you because of your or munywani wanje
right
wayintegereza same as families when it is a family murya of course family tekabura bizu byabo inebizu byabo wayintegereza yo kushohoza kibe kirya family yanyu it weakens you as a family. So kuba turya abanya-Uganda but we are always taking out the bad news ebikuba mu Uganda ibintu jango ebintu ebitu ba Dubai ebintu ebitu ba Rwanda aha bwacu mutakubireba tubine internet tubine cassette tubine radio manya yono jangu Dubai tubine radio tubine cassette aha bwacu takubura
bo bakatwa mu kabandi
wayintegereza
kirungi
so you must fall in love wayintegereza kandi umuntu na wano mugamba wo mabincanci mayisa ngutoko mukunda
nakuru
so hata bwacyo na nogo umuntu kandi utamukunze
nakwetegereza
so nyoku natambwire Uganda all this time I was traveling and I fell in love because I'm a nature lover. Me, I love nature and Uganda is like a nature heaven. Njoba is the pearl of Africa. So kuna I fall in love with Uganda and for a marketer that I am ito a marketers especially koko bawazirwe you are hanga to paint a good picture you feel like ahi warebe kintu kirunjo kigambira abantu so hat kuna atandikire kugamba haburunji habintu ebindebere I realized I was growing bigger than my job. So I decided that I want to do this because I found myself marketing other hotels ntakuchimanya because inganjireyo mbamanyire so nayeshanga abantu nibanterra tenamba ya so nza kugira ntate aha nti nyine hoteli inkora na yawe achuta kujoka ngwito ntwenda
eri yiwa posting
wanchenga
when we have
so I realized na growing that network na agira you know what, let me nyoreka abantu Uganda na agenda umuntu unabanze gamba nawe akabari director ntakagambirana nabandi abenabe ninkora nabo akuba mwenu okujangu company ka professional in Kangro injire nawe and we had very many activities we were working on. I felt I needed to
let him know. Like any
other
polite person.
Na zomo office here na mjelanta mwenu ntanyenda kugenda
ozahi
ngoyamburiza chichuza na mjanta I'm going to travel yanja tkonka shiwa Daphne aho takajire ninga aho kwenda kuza aha kurechesa ho murbo namjanti mbwenu ndebere nkwine myanye nije indakagiremo
kandi ntekwa kuzizamu
kandi nareba ngo eki nakizamu eki
naguma happy does it
either niza kuba distracted and I might not be as effective as I was, and yet I used to love to be very effective at my job. Ngama nyende chintu naza kuchikora nchikore kandi nchikore chwe oshanga ningurika umwaka anje tukashiyo buri kimwe cyono naza kuchikora konga ngashanga if I delegate umuntu nasa tachikora nkuko nabari nyenda achikore so shanga ninyiruka hani ndebo ndebo ria ninkoreche nimpandike you know, but I always wanted to have something very perfect kandi ndio muntu of course umuntu yana nyamba nijanga kuja nti naba ninkushaba ngo nyambe oterre nankogo okanga kuchikora opechi kintu kachiha mama umwe mama umuntu yaba kuja ati yozi yanke bintu kanga kubukora umushanga nabyo zerero yurukanga utaruka kubyohemuka so wanka chihaho so nije nakushabo byambi first time nkarebo tamfaho at next time tingamba inyirukanga ninchikora so na hende kanzi yakshanyoni mbari nkweto kuhendeka because no rutaro but I naje nakuna mugambire ajati atumwe natinga kwasirisha atinjerenda ointegereza. And I think he realized I was very passionate. Konkana nketeka hona ajira I needed to begin something of my own. Grow it, see how far it can go. wanyitegereza nchina amani and I still have the time to make mistakes wanyitegereza kwena ngunjija nyanja karenkeshanga ndyaho ine myaka yanje 5 jantu konka kuri natandikire eki
ubu mukwejusi
ninga kuri najiraha ninga kuri nakozere eki agent let me do it now. If it doesn't work out, I will
have time to do something else.
I'll have had the time to do something else.
Right.
So
Plus
that's
you'll have the content.
I'll have the content. So that's when I decided to move out and
start. Contentment is rare, especially on myaka eji. Ukwimukoka hurro mazwote nachikora namarwa. Nari chayanga kungamwe kastana jeza.
Of course amwe bakangira ngo abana beberebi ngutumwine kugumisiriza. Actually they were calling it kugumisiriza. No zo mwanya kugumisiriza ngo people have been working in this place for more than 10 years. Yo myaka 5 no ndakwirukanga. Najanti, you see people have different dreams.
Right.
People have different aspirations. For you want to be in one place?
Me, I don't. I want to scatter.
I don't want to sit in one place. Kind of nabe nikora as a field person. Actually no mwe nyine ngo mwana unabe ninkora nawe ngo mwe akabona nk'abantu ajati iroko beni wagamana no go muntu because I had developed a set of skills, negotiation skills. I used to talk and close business a lot.
Okay.
So nuko nagizentere kandi jeyo ntandike he change kinatandikire natandika company yachi yo kutambara
otyo
natambara. So konka okugira ngu I had a hotelier background, marketing hotels. I inclined a lot more in putting out hotels, marketing them. And nanagambire ngu I'm an artist. I realized that there was a challenge. Most hotels ninungi norenga Serena, it's a very beautiful place. Konka it's not packaged very well. Visual,
yes,
it's not visually packaged,
right.
Especially on the digital platforms. Wanyetegereza no shanga, it is a very beautiful, but it is poorly represented
online.
So most hotels in Uganda have that challenge. They are beautiful, amazing places with great views, with magical hours. I normally tell people the magical hours are when the sky is golden. But very many people don't take advantage of those magical hours. Nozango mwanya nyoni normally, and it is something abantu nibachimanya kandi nibachara kuchimbuza nazo mwanya nargo mwanya ogwe no te kwambuzo go mwanya ngo kandi ogwe ni wogire
abakubiwe no
because I have a special eye to get always the best and unique areas. So if I am working with photographers, for example, nimbaso kutekwa tara camera nyetere, which I can also do. But if I'm working with photographers, creating a content ya hotel, a specific hotel, ninga omwanya, even if it's just a destination, ngo kutoka kuza Machon Falls National Park, just a destination or a place, I am very sure I can achieve more than if you just hired a photographer to go and take pictures.
Abakubiwe no gendo inecho genderere.
Exactly. I'm very intentional. Creating content, I'm very intentional. And I think njocha nyambere nani igongo akabato mukutwabe tufuna those chances of creating a content igongo. I was always on. Twatu aturiya kucheri 10 zechiro. If I need a shot, shay 10 zechiro. Iyo nga photographer shemba wimukira.
Hatkanku kujimpereza. Omwanya bwo kubanza wasiwiri igongo wagenda watandikira mu hotel.
No, I didn't market a hotel.
Ukarambara nkahikari.
No, ngarambara nchiri igongo.
No. Ekini nziza kumanyisa.
No manyisa nargayo. I was still when renting kagomzamu oba. Kagomzamu with my travel. Ngagomzamu no kutambara kuna abeni ntambara. I was moving. I would go to Machon, I would go to Queen Elizabeth, I would go to different places. Wanchenga. Konga hato bwiro ndijireyo, so nazo mu processinga registration ya company, all those things. Company registeringa, najitekaho. Konga na yagumand out there, so I would still earn from hotels.
Exactly.
I would still earn from hotels. So, but many of them. So I would still recommend them. Abantu bareta ba clients here, I would earn from commission, I would earn from very many ways of earning on those.
When hatu izober koruktaha o man 20 somjut ninkora mu
I have a travel company that I confounded with a team of very intelligent people that I work with. So okwezi
when uzotu ninkora no kwezi
nachira kunyeta CEO but necho kusimira ranga nokura nakantu kanje nkakatandika twakatandika kitu kache kunga nyine biroto byinji nyine biroto byinji ni planning akosa platforms zanje nyoni nkunda Africa a lot. I'm a Pan-Africanist, very huge and staunch. Nyine groups zindumu za fellow Africans from different countries of Africa, bamwe they are in the diaspora bari aheru abantu bari mu ndo mu Africa, but we have a lot of projects that is tukoraho. We are trying to see packaging, how can we package Africa?
Okay.
How can we package Africa? Of course nko kuna gambera okuja ngo charity begins at home.
Otandikira
nkatandika na Uganda eji
nakuru
kandi nko bamanyire nabo akobaba kamanya as an ambassador, as someone who is always talking about Uganda, nko konjira come and join us.
Ubwarizireho ukarga kuzo mu mpaka nangwa sho twazingu bikuriki ebyo wija wabizamu uto
hati nko kuna gambera kuna taje kutambara isi tingumanya twatwine flow ya communication age konka nagambera ngo I used to love nature, so I was compelled to move and travel. But a while back nkomu 20 around 2017 2018 before I used to love the sunset, but I later nija nabona what they call it, like a divine awakening with the sunset, and I felt na feeling so much healing. I
totally relate. I love sunsets, I love sunflowers. I totally relate.
So I feel different when I'm with the sunset. So omuntu nareba na disturbed when I want to get a view. Sometimes when we travel, like recently I was in South Africa, and I had a group that we had planned to go to the Table Mountain. During the day, of course, in itinerary, but I was attending African Travel Week, a conference. So nabajanti, since I am here at the conference, I will go there in the evening. And I always have this saying, especially when I'm on a trip, if I can go to a view at sunset, then I don't have to go there any other time. And are we allowed to be at this space at this hour? And they tell me, yes, you're allowed to be there at this hour. I would rather go at sunset. So now I went to the Table Mountain at sunset. One of the most amazing things I've ever done. So ninkunda sunsets a lot. So that's when nkabanza na yeta sunset, by the way. I think at some point in sunset Daphne konga kuna hereze na realizing among so many other people abokuronda sunsets. I love sunsets and I travel. So na yeta the sunset traveler. Okay. That's how I became the sunset traveler. And because I'm very talented at photography, my pictures sold me.
Yes,
so
they did.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
So, I was awarded as Young Tourism Personality because of my efforts to inspire Ugandans to travel. Because I create very good content where I go. No muntu gwakubayagira ati njengarke yatakabonera hati atereka njengarche. So I pride in making people fall in love with Uganda, really.
Nasura. Ichanchaka baricho. Necha hati?
Hati.
Uko kwezi nkakumwenyi matko.
Romanyo mumuntu mwe iza mwakagira ati the most and think baja into muta planning mugume planning konga the most unplanned things are normally the most fun.
Yes.
And exciting.
I've been there.
No mwabantu mwemba manjira nkonka bwachita watermarking work yawe.
Yes. Like that picture particularly.
I should have watermarked it.
Yes.
Did I know it was going to go viral?
It was natural.
And do you know, by the way, it's weird, most watermarked things don't go viral. Do you know why? Because they can't steal it.
Anyway, you
yeah. So sometimes I take pictures. Now, the pictures in Uganda, most of the times why I don't watermark them is because my brand will get there. Because normally people watermark so that they can grow a brand. I feel like my brand will get there. I feel like echinte chawe tina kwasa kuchitwala echiranga kwira tina kwasa kuchitwala. So whether you're humble about it or you're loud about it or you're excited about it, what God has put in your heart, no one can take it out. No one can steal it. They can take it and try to refabricate it or anything, but if it's yours, it's yours. So I realized, yes, if I'm trying to sell this country, I need to put out pictures that are shareable.
Now, when was the cover?
Kandi Zobarumu actually in Kanjirom Christmas.
That picture is that close. Can you shoot end of November?
No.
It's
22nd.
Wow.
Because it's been shared all over the world. It's as though it's been there for long. But I traveled to Kabale on 22nd of December. That very day, Nikakabare, let's go and do some shopping. Tukore shopping, tugarishe tukore tutahe. Twahiko mu Katare abantu batandika kuzunga nyo kantine bingi byo kurondo mu Katare ya emotion Christmas inganiza guraki. Konko of course bakaba bagora ibyo kurya nenchi. So naba bored because na gumaho nindeba naba bored. I always pull out my phone anywhere I go. I always pull out my phone. So bitogwe nantajine nitambra nayo. Amwe nimba nintomera. So nje hesimu yanje konka hati ahina benyemerire nje hesimu yanje nkora video. I did a short like a video. I moved around. So kuna heze naja but wait nareba higuru hakariyo nka stairs. No, hakariyo upper floor. But I wasn't seeing stairs ahiziri. Zine nkokuzesherechere by the way even recently someone abe nachigamba. So ndeba ndonda stairs kuna azwine natemba nazo. Got my phone nated. Of course kugira ngo abantu tu abagambira ngo mnoko baterebishana. I was also a bit skeptical. So mwenu nkachiba actually like nkokuwa kuiheyo picture and just snap it and take the picture. Take the phone back. Keep the phone back. Na television I did like a clip also na korawa video nkabiri na television by the way that wasn't even my best picture.
Wow.
Yes. I pulled out a picture na atera. So koga kuna yezo mte gwanjira because that day I was posting almost everything on my Twitter because I feel like think a year back I intentionally said I want to keep posting on my Twitter. Every day I want to put something on my Twitter. I say good morning from Uganda every single day. Waza kurewa Twitter page and every single day I say good morning from Uganda. So whether I post things later or not, but I will always greet people from Uganda. So what I do, I took a picture and I posted it. And I said, Kabale Central Market, a grocery heaven. Now, I posted that picture. Nchiriyo mukatare. Nganda kashohire no kushohora. Konka kurgo mutauni. Wika tukantora Katuna Road.
Which is less than 10-15 minutes from the market where you were at.
The picture had 10,000 views.
Wow.
I didn't know. I was like, okay.
Wow.
So now, Omtuma Gwanjira, don't put anything else. Let
people yarn and anger for
it. Let's see how it can do. Nobody didn't own it.
Wow.
Kenya, Nairobi.
I saw
actually everybody in almost
West
Africa. It was trending.
I saw
Nigerians were owning it.
Yes.
Zimbabwe, they were owning it. And I got even friends from the UK, they were telling me it's trending here. I said, what is going on in this picture? Fetched over 500,000 views. on that picture.
Wow.
It was everywhere. Buli omwe wena kana cheyeterra. So hati de kankubuuza chinde chibuuza abokutera kumbuuza ngwa wachinta ku watermarkinga. If that picture was watermarked, chikaba chitakuza kuhika Nigeria. Nomanya bwachi bakambaza kuchireba bamanya ngo echo buchine huizini nabaza kutracinga omuntu bamanya kicarga. So tukubasa kuchiba oentegereza, which is also on a certain it's a disadvantage, but the advantage of having that picture out there, so that somewhere in Nigeria or somewhere in Uganda can see that picture and mention Kabale and mention Uganda. That is my satisfaction.
Okay, so hat nyowe or suggestion ya watermarking na ntarukumanya background ya which direction or why you post what you post, because for me, from the background of a newsroom and whatever it is, I wouldn't let my picture circulate that much without anything that endorses the brand.
Exactly.
I wouldn't. Why?
Exactly.
People are taking credit on
too much
behalf.
credit.
They own it and make money.
Too much
well.
credit.
Do you know that?
Too much credit.
Someone will make tons and tons of money out of
Yeah,
your work.
but you see, now for me,
that is what gives you the satisfaction.
My satisfaction is that my work is there. And everybody that actually came to follow me, I have a very huge range of followers. If you are to scrutinize my close to 5,000 followers on Twitter, you will realize that I have a wide following, especially when it comes to countries and continents of people that follow me, that reach out.
Yeah, because of your work.
Exactly, because of my work. You understand? So for me, I feel like if someone can steal that picture, acheyetere, then yeah, they are having that conversation and blah blah blah. Hijo muntu, and they chip in my name. People will come and find out, and they will come and follow, and they will come and know the person that has actually done that work. So ngokuna ningambera, echera hanga kuhire tina kwasa kuchitwara. I have interacted with very many big, very huge photographers, by the way. Tanzania has some of the best photographers we have in Africa.
Because they also have a very
But they don't watermark.
Yes, yes.
They don't watermark their pictures.
There's a very outstanding picture of, I think, Serengeti National Park.
That has been making rounds.
Everywhere.
They don't watermark.
To be so
if I have to be great, I'll have to do what great people... You know what someone said recently, that competition is at the bottom. At the top, we are collaborating.
I do.
So nyokugira ngunze nkaho owininge chishani ze kusiba nincherera. That is competition. Yeah? Because hatukuyachiba yakuyaha talent yawe. You know omwana wa Kenya wajizire kare chishane chako nkitwa katare na kitu.
And those Twitter wars.
But it was exciting.
Yes.
It was exciting. For me, I felt like this is good. This is the... I don't know what you people want. But the fact that I know,
yes.
And
yet it generated dialogue and conversation and excitement
crazy.
Around Uganda.
It was crazy.
Gives you the satisfaction.
Thank you. Now Uganda was seen as a trendsetter,
right?
Because every country that saw that picture kept saying, "Why can't we have something like this in Zimbabwe? Why can't we have something like this in Malawi? Why can't we have something like this in Rwanda? Why can't we have something like this in Nigeria?" People were like, no, Lagos cannot have something like this. And you know, to say that this is too good for us, but Uganda has it, that was it for me.
Right.
That was amazing. That was my satisfaction, really.
Mbwenu izoba nkuru kubanza kusiriwa kata nokukushesho korachi.
Ninkora.
Ota.
I have an office in Bukoto, but then I also part-time with the SACCO. I do grants for them and marketing for them.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to call it marketing, but because I'm creating the content and it's really marketing. So they have an office in Makere. So Tanjangere Bukoto ni mbani Makere. Ninga? Ndiyo mu national park za Uganda n'inzunga.
Abanyankore ngo norara.
Ndiyo kwe nindara kusharentura nindara namwe nijo mama kambuza tkonko inaho takajire nambyante mwe naho hangambere nze. Hataro hangambere nze.
Iyo ntubuka. Iyo ntendera interview yetu. Nansigize ikibuzo kimwe mwana we cacanyeba. Mwe Naahwera wija washwera wari yari.
It's a buzo. But you know what I'm thinking? We need to have the police or the government. Actually, the government of Uganda, ne kunama munonga, but I don't know why. Ne tureba tukubona abona. Because the buzo nkebye ita amane bitubona bonesa. Konke kunama. It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything about it.
Police nyachire
no. You know like how they create restraining orders?
Right.
Shango muntu, they have given you an order, you cannot get close to Daphne or something.
When
are you getting married? Those questions need a restraining order. So that ora chubuze mutabarize.
Pause there. Hatiwe Jackie Arinda. Because
we've met. I'm actually also very involved in coffee.
Yeah.
I told you I work with a circle called Mushana Circle. We have planted over 92 acres of coffee in Nakasongola.
Wow.
And this is collective farming. So no wasakutwegitaho mudwena na atwegitaho and we grow coffee. So na nyenkareba because I've always had a passion you're growing a coffee. Nagira ntanaguro ku bwa acres bwanje think tanshiraho nka growing because it's a collective farm effort. It makes a lot of sense. Ni mantine chinkora
Naahwera washwera
ninza kushwerwa
omushinja ariyo
owire kuburishe ninza kumbareta rangire pa
otere otushike mwemba
ekintu kyechebei
charagare
kandi cyaragire muza ko mutagamba nanyuma hatingeza interviews no gamba na secretary Shaba yakire otwereze yo Naahwera
abanze yaje
niza kuba ni married woman when and yaho
no gangare ngoma yabo kare the very last question iwe nka Naahwera aho wahika emyaka tanaje kubuza njara kutina kujubuza unga mwenu omyaka yawe nebyo rero nokora ehe retirire neyo rizire umuntu yabuza ko ibintu bishatu bigambo bishatu 1 2 3 words ebikwerire kubecori no tugambira ki.
I love to learn.
No kunda kwega.
Nkunda kwega
munonga. It's a kabiri.
I'm a kind person. Being kind is to be kind is to be empathetic. So think wasa kukore chinta kwena ngongore. Think wasa kukora mtahi wanje chinta kwena kore. Nichukuyamba even in your work relationships. Think akuiba kubani manta kwenda nyive. So I think akubiha kubati kwenda mbi. Echakasha tu. I love God. And that's the most important thing. No unkuzunga nazo kwena famtima nabo kuchinaba mweno. Ni manyango rahanga.
Ninye nawe.
And for me, rahanga hanyire is another interview. Konka. I am 100% sure that my life is God.
Amen. Wewe Naahwera yebere kutunga kire okutunga kakubetoro mushwe nashemerwa kandi nasima kugira ngo finally twatunga interview yetu. Wewe no
kare wangu ni wewe
kutayisi
ai dara kuja host
wawaza
kana kwa nyankore ninye ndumanya
konga kana ruzunka rwaka
sima kanye so nyankore
konga mbwena hati no gambo nyankore dachikisha tu uzo muzungo yeba
sima kanye so nyankore kana ndi aha ni intebya wanombuza emyanya yinzamu no makuna jirigongo no mane ekora na fountain asa bine bitabo byihanga
mwenu washoma history
ihanga destinations biri yuba ida nimba ninyebuza abantu abwaje mutakugenda mukagure bitabo mukashoma because atinye emyanya okwe nkwenjimanya kandi handi ninje akuba abantu ninye nikubagambira emyanya so nchimanyisa nguninye njini kunga njihombita so mushobi
yebare mnongo kari wakoraje kutogita kurwe fatandika okutema jinga bya Naahwera wabihurira ozinra magaraje kwakunda okutambura nebyaro gukora byo no kwabikozireje twabihurira kimfa nangunyonzero mukama kara tsimu rakata no kwisha tugaruka nomjenyo ndisho mukama kuturindireje ogumi